Are we seeing what the AP headline describes as a red flag in Oregon's largest city? For those of you who somehow missed this, the deal is the Department of Homeland Security, on orders from the White House, has sent federal agents into Portland. The camouflaged officers, with no visible identification, are supposed to protect the federal courthouse, besieged by crowds demonstrating since the death of George Floyd at the hands of police officers in Minneapolis. The red flag has been raised because the state attorney general Ellen Rosenblum said in court papers that the masked federal officers arrested people on the street far away from the courthouse with no probable cause and whisked them away in unmarked cars. Now let me be clear here. I support the right of people to protest peacefully. It has also become clear, however, some of those among the crowds in Portland are anything but peaceful. In response to being tear-gassed and hit with flashbangs and other crowd control projectiles fired by those federal officers, some within the protest ranks have shot fireworks or tossed rocks and bottles back at the feds. Others have used the commotion as a cover for breaking windows, setting fires, and other things like that. Now, in my view, those are not peaceful protests. Those are the actions of lawbreakers, and the people who commit those violations should be arrested and made answerable for the crimes. But the arrest should be made by the Portland police, not by unidentified, masked federal agents picking people up off the street and hauling them away in unmarked cars. And by the way, city officials in Portland did not ask for the intervention by the feds. Mayor Ted Wheeler has said he feels having the officers sent there by Homeland Security only prompted bigger demonstrations, leading to the violence and vandalism. Last Wednesday night, in fact, Mayor Wheeler himself was tear-gassed by those federal agents when he mingled with the crowd outside the courthouse. My concern, and I believe one that we should all share, is the federal action at least hints at a fascist action. Michael Dorff, a professor of constitutional law at Cornell University, told the Associated Press, and I quote, "The idea that there's a threat to a federal courthouse and federal authorities are going to swoop in and do whatever they want to do without cooperation and coordination with state and local authorities is extraordinary outside the context of civil war." End of quote. Employing the Department of Homeland Security on its own in a mission that seems suspiciously aligned with the president's re-election campaign appears to be unprecedented. And the White House has at least suggested federal agents could be sent to a number of other cities in addition to Portland, and in fact, they have showed up in some of those cities already. There are parallels here to times in the past history of this world when federal police were deployed with unprecedented power to detain people without charges. And that should concern us all, since things didn't end so well in those earlier times. You should perhaps ask yourself whether this is yet another effort to divide our society into warring camps at the very time when we could increase our power if we came together with a common goal. Personally, I just can't shake the feeling we're being led down a path that sometime in the near future we're going to regret having taken.